Well, welcome back to Dobbo's Fishing Adventures. Like I said on the last video, I've taken 3 days off and I'm doing 4 nights down my carp syndicate on the Isle of Wight here. Absolutely glorious morning so far. So I got on the 3 AM ferry, so I got to my house in Lake at 4:30. Pitch black, digging all my stuff out of the shed, getting it into the car, getting it ready, get down here, got the bivvy up. So obviously it was still dark, so I just had a headlamp here, just get all that up. I needed to go to the shop, so before I got any rods out, nipped up the shop, got back and started getting the rods out. The only downside, typical of me having 3 days off and coming over here, is the amount of rain that we've had in the last sort of like week or so. The water is very, very coloured and we've had a lot of it come in. Now generally this lake is prone to, once you get a lot of cold water in it, it will knock them on the head. So let's see what happens. I think it's going to be a tough one. Still, you've got to be in it to win it. I know 1 or 2 fish came out last week, but I haven't heard anything recently. I'm sure I'll find out from Ian, the chairman, when he comes down Friday or Saturday, what's been caught in the last week, if anything. But it's just nice to be out and about, 3 days off, and chill out for those days. So tomorrow I'm going to wind in early, and the plan is spend the day with mum and dad and then get the rods back out on the last bit of the light tomorrow evening. I must admit, in the last week or so I've had my carp head on, so can't wait. Been itching to get down here, get the rods out, get the bivvy up. I bought that new bait boat last year. I've only used it once when I've done it, and only done it for a day, so that's all new. I even had to use the use the instructions, I've forgotten how to use it. But yeah, it's a lovely little boatman. That's got the full GPS autopilot, the full bundle on that. Absolutely superb. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. It's not quite the same as what was it, Angling Techniques microcats that I've had, or the standard bait boat, but it's nice. So this is the 3rd time I've used the Fox Frontier. So this is the medium one. They do 3 in the range. Got the smaller and you got the larger, but that's perfect for me. It's absolutely stacks of room in there. Easily 2 bed chairs in there, no trouble at all if you were doing a real long session with someone. But no, happy days. So it's all good. It's just a waiting game now. I've gone on to marks or spots, should I say, that I've caught fish from in the past. Up until 10 years ago, I practically lived on this lake in between shore fishing. I was doing just night after night, going to work, come back down here, get the rods out. You know, absolutely, I love carp fishing. Absolutely love it. And what a lake it is. So I think I've been a member now 16, 17 years. And it's changed a hell of a lot in that time. It used to be originally just so overgrown with trees. We still had work parties and everything, keeping it all, but it's pretty open now, which is not a bad thing, because it will get the old wind across the water, which will help oxygenate it. But there was a lot of leaf matter, a lot of silt, a lot of silt's come out in the last 10-12 years, once all the trees were cut back. And as I say, you're getting leaves in the water. It soon builds up a lot of silt over the years. But yeah, so I have actually got the late record from about 12 years ago, and that was the Princess at 38. Was it 38, 10 or 11? I can't think now. Oh no, it wasn't. Was it 39? I can't remember. I'll have to look back through my notes and everything. But unfortunately she died about 6-7 years ago. I think there's maybe 2 30s in there now, quite a lot of 20s. So yeah, I don't care what size it is, as long as that Fox RX alarm screams off, who cares? It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Bring it on. So the rods I'm using are the Free Spirit Highest IVES ERs. I'm used to these rods because these are the rods that I used in Sign of Warren and Hailing for those 8 months, where casting was a absolute paramount to get out to where your wraps were, or your gravel bars. It's different. Certainly don't need these sort of rods here, but I've got them. I'm going to use them. So the rods are absolutely phenomenal. And the reels are Daiwa Infinity XBRs 5000s. Lovely reels. So you've got the bait runner facility on them. And I've got the old Micron RX Fox alarms. Had them absolutely donkey's years. Don't miss a beat in any weather. Phenomenal alarms. So these ones came off the back of the old DXRs, DXs, DXRs and the LXRs. They've got a newer version now, probably more digital than what these ones are. I've got a set of the old NTXRs as well at home, which I've got on separate Century bank sticks. So if I don't want to take all these, then I'll just fish individuals on bank sticks. But that's my setup. It doesn't matter if there's nearly 3 grand set there. If the fish ain't going to take it, they ain't going to care. Well, welcome back to Dobbo's Fishing Adventures. Pretty grim, that's all I can say. So I fished here Wednesday and yesterday, not all day yesterday, because I just popped round to see mum and dad. But so far, yeah, grim, not a touch. I've done quite a few laps of the lake. I haven't spotted anything. I've had the odd little bit of fizz, but to be fair, I think that's bream what I have seen. So I've done the shallows Wednesday and a bit of yesterday, and last night, or before it got dark, I moved everything down to the deeper end here, the narrow end as we call it. And not a touch last night, but it is what it is. But today, being Friday, is absolutely gorgeous. So no rain in the giving today, but tomorrow is going to be very grim, unfortunately. Yeah, not good at all. Full rods and not a touch. But like I said, the trouble with this lake is this time of year, when you do get a lot of rain, it comes off the fields and everything right up by the house up that end, and it is like a monsoon coming into this lake, and it probably will take about a good week, 10 days, hopefully, if not more rain, but for the fish to acclimatise. And to be fair, it's always been like that. So once you get that first spell of heavy rain, it really knocks them on the head, and it will just take quite a few days for them to acclimatise to the colder water that's just come in the lake. So it is what it is. It's hit and miss. Can't do nothing about it. You just want to keep an eye open, because you will get that odd one that will show itself. But at the moment, I've done plenty of laps and just keeping my eyes, just observing. And it's very difficult, to be fair. So it's perseverance. As I say, I'm using my usual tactics. Just very simple hair rig. I've always used a snowman rig. That's what I prefer to use. Don't have to, but that's how I prefer. Especially this time of the year is good for a snowman, where you've got a lot of shot on the bottom, a lot of leaves and that. So that little snowman just can keep it above all that crap that's on the bottom. Leaf matter, reeds and bits and pieces. Bait wise, I'm using what I've used for the last probably 15-16 years. I won't change it. It's had fish wherever I fish with it, no matter what lake. They like it. So it ain't the bait, and it probably ain't the spots, and it will be this water. As I say, I tried these shallows when I first got here, because the Wednesday was supposed to be a cracking day, and it was, but they didn't seem to move up there. So they're either in the middles, so they might move up there today in this heat. They need a bit of sunlight, and they will find. But they didn't on Wednesday, so they might not today. So I thought, well, I think I'll stick the next couple of days down in the deeper water, the narrow end here, and see what happens. But that's all I can tell you, chaps. It's grim, but it's enjoyable. I don't care. Fish will be a bonus, but just look what I've got practically to myself. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, welcome back to Dobbo's Fishing Adventures. And finally, I just want to steer it over here. It's carp on. It's gone right down this side. Bit of light, there we go, go on then, go on, go on. Oof. Woken up now. Not that big. Doesn't feel that big. Nah, not huge. Oh. Oh, don't look bad. And in he goes. Oh, yes! Get in there! Have a look. He's a good 20. Happy days, right? get him weighed. Well, good morning. Day 4. As you've seen on the previous clip, I did manage one last night, 19.5. The conditions haven't really improved. In fact, they've got worse overnight. Quite a bit of heavy rain, so it has burst its banks in a couple of places. Bit of light drizzle. They are giving it drying up around sort of like midday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So then we'll just have to see if anything mooches around. I heard one crash in the pads early this morning, just through around the back of this swim. That's quite promising. But we'll see what happens. As you can see, I'm still fishing the narrow end here. I'm just hoping there's 1 or 2 down here. Obviously there was one last night, but try and keep away from that cold water that is absolutely flooded in at the entrance up the other end. But we'll just see what happens. Typical carp fishing this time of the year. It is a bit of a waiting game, especially on this water when water does pour in. I probably won't reposition. I'm happy where everything is. I was happy where I got the fish from, and I got the boat back on the bang on the spot, so that was good. So I won't worry about moving any of the baits. I'm happy with them. So I do use hardened hook baits, but at this time of the year it doesn't really matter about hardened hook baits. As the shite fish aren't really that active, so I'm not too fussed about that. But yeah, so there we go. One fish. To be fair, I was lucky to get that in these conditions when this lake floods. There's still time yet. I'll be packing up Sunday morning, get home and try and dry as much of it off as I can, ready for the next session. As and when that be, I have no idea.